Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
The 4th annual Travis Greiner Memorial Tractor Ride is Saturday, June 29th. Sign-up begins at 6:30 a.m. behind Greiner Crop Service, east of Keota Water Tower. Free will donation. Includes lunch and snacks along the ride. Proceeds to Area 4-H and FFA fairs. The ride leaves Keota at 7:45 and will be a 60-mile round trip. Sponsored by Southeast Iowa Tractor Association, Incorporated. It's the 4th annual Travis Greiner Memorial Tractor Ride, Saturday, June 29th. And if you don't have a tractor, come and watch along the route. The Keokuk County Expo Fair Kickoff Barbecue Cook-Off is Saturday, July 13th. $100 per team, up to 4. Deadline to sign up is Friday, June 28th. Cash payout is $350 to first place per category. Meal for the public starts at 5:30 with a free will offering. Be sure to sign up by the entry deadline, June 28th. Stop at the Keokuk County Extension Office to pick up a packet. Proceeds to support the Keokuk County Expo. Sponsored by Keokuk County Farm Bureau. Contemporary Christian artist Leanna Crawford is coming to the Watch Year Opera House in Watch Year, Iowa, Saturday, June 29th at 7 p.m. Doors open up at 6 p.m. Advance tickets are $15 plus tax, $20 at the door.
Hey, it's Leanna Crawford, and I am so cheery to be coming to What Cheer, Iowa. It's going to be such a sweet night of music and praising Jesus together, and I cannot wait to see you there.
All proceeds to support the Tri-County Food Pantry. Brought to you by the Watch Year Methodist Church. Ticket information can be found on the Watch Year Methodist Church Facebook page.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the thousands listening locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to shuffle!
Monday morning to you. It is time for the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Hey, hope you had a great Father's Day weekend. A good Father's Day yesterday. I had a great Father's Day yesterday. We made our annual pilgrimage to stuff our faces at Hickory Park in Ames yesterday. So I had some ribs and chicken. It was excellent, so thanks to my family, thanks to, everybody for hanging out. We also celebrated my sister's upcoming birthday yesterday, so I had a good day yesterday. Again, we do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery. They bring us our morning wake-up, Experience the Color at Stam's, and they're located along Highway 92 East, Oskaloosa. And they are open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, and closed on Sundays. Stam Garden Center and Nursery, we thank them for being our headline sponsor on the Morning Wake Up. We come from the Oski Dental Studios. You can call them at 641-673-4845. Schedule your appointment with the good doctors, Schuster or Drawn. Accepting new patients, Oski Dental will file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. Let's take a look at our forecast. It's going to be a hot one today. A heat advisory in effect at 10 a.m. today until 8 p.m. this evening. Again, our weather brought to us by the Garden Gate. They're located at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Call 641-622-3191. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Saturdays, 9 to noon. The Garden Gate. Again, a heat advisory, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunshine today, breezy, and a high of 93 degrees. Woo! We'll have south winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Again, 93 today. Tonight, clear, and a south wind still kind of breezy. A low of only 74. Then tomorrow, rinse and repeat. Same for tomorrow. Sunshine, breezy, 93. Once again for the high. Tomorrow night, there's a 40% chance of some showers and thunderstorms late. Otherwise, clear, breezy, low of 72. Chance of some showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, partly sunny and 88. Right now, let's first of all take a look at that heat advisory information. As again, a heat advisory 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. today. Peak afternoon heat index between 95 to 100. And impacts include hot temps and humid conditions causing heat illness. Overnight temps in the 70s will provide little relief for those without air conditioning. You're advised by the National Weather Service to drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room if you can, stay out of the sun, check up on your relatives and neighbors, and take extra precautions when outside. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing. Try to limit strenuous activities to early morning or evening, and take action when you see symptoms of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So some advice from the National Weather Service. Otherwise, currently we have humidity at 84%, winds are south at 10 to 15 miles per hour, the barometer at 29.86, and 75 degrees already here in southeast Iowa. 75 would be a nice high for the day, but that is what we're starting off with this morning here in southeast Iowa. Again, heat advisory goes into effect at 10 a.m., runs through 8 p.m. this evening. All right, our weather brought to us by the Garden Gate. Earlier today, we put up our This or That, and our This or That for today, if you're throwing stuff on the grill, what are you going to do this summer? Hot dog or brat? Our This or That always brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. Hot dog or brat? If I'm going between these two, I'm going with the brat. Has a little bit more flavor. So I'll go with the brat, This or That. Scroll back to 6 a.m. on your Facebook timeline and find our This or That. Our question of the day goes up every day at noon. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. And our question today will be, what's the one thing in your town that people need to see? What do you think? What's the one thing in your town that people need to see? If people are coming to Sigourney, Oskaloosa, Keota, New Sharon, what do they need to see? It'll be interesting to see what the comments are on that. That goes up at noon on Facebook, on Steve Schottler Media. For today, our question of the day. What else do we have going on here? Of course, we've got our For the Fun of It tournament brought to us by Josh Clubb, the handyman at Son-in-Law Services. Give him a call at 319-431-1806. Our matchup going on today till 6 p.m. in the 90s Country Super Duper Star tournament is Garth Brooks versus Alabama. Another huge matchup. The winner goes into the Final Four. Right now, of course, voting goes up at 6 p.m. What started at 6 p.m. last evening goes through 6 p.m. this evening. Right now, Garth Brooks has the lead, but it is a very competitive matchup. So if you want to scroll back to 6 p.m. this evening or last evening, and then pull up the reactions, no voting in the comments, that doesn't count. But pull up the reactions, give a thumbs up for Garth, or click on the heart for Alabama. We'll see who wins. Vote till 6 p.m. for Garth or Alabama in our 90s Superstar tournament. Let's take a look at our brackets right now. Again, this tournament brought to us by Son-in-Law Services. George Strait and Reba have moved into the Final Four so far. Now, the winner of Garth and Alabama will move into the Final Four spot opposite of George Strait. And then this evening, we'll have our next matchup, Alan Jackson and Toby Keith. That'll go live at 6 p.m. this evening. So big-time matchups. That Final Four is going to be stacked regardless of who moves into those last couple of spots. So our For the Fun of It tournament, 90s country superstar, sponsored by Son-in-Law Services. Let's see here. What else we got? Coming up later on this week, of course, we'll go to Oskaloosa tomorrow evening for Tuesday Night Tune-Up, TNT, hosted by Safe Grafke, talking to local and area race drivers. That is every Tuesday at 7 through August 13th, live on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. This week's Tuesday Night Tune-Up guest is Dustin Griffiths, pretty much the main guy in the one division at the Southern Iowa Speedway. So tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Should be a great show. I think we're going to have a full house with everybody back hanging out tomorrow night at 7. So make sure you tune in then. Coming up this Friday, we'll have our Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired in Sigourney. And there's a new guy. I have never met this guy before. His name is Ryan Lombard. Ryan bringing that guitar and himself to Barnwired in Sigourney this Friday from 11:30 to noon. Live interview, live original music. His name is Ryan Lombard from right here in Iowa for our Music Showcase Friday. Check that out in person or check it out right here on Steve Shuttler Media. And then on Saturdays, of course, we always go to Brothers Market in Sigourney for the sports section. We had the Sigourney baseball team in, some of the guys from the baseball team in this past Saturday morning. And then coming up on this Saturday morning, I think, don't quote me on this, let me pull up my phone here. You guys can't see me, but let me pull up my phone. Let me see. Of course, our summer host is Mitch Eslick. Mitch doing a great job this summer. Looks like we're going to have Josh Clubb and the Sigourney Junior High, some of the junior high softball girls on Saturday. So if I'm looking at this correctly. So should be a good time coming up on Saturday morning at Brothers Market. Let's throw some stuff up from our community calendar. Coming up on Friday the 21st, this Friday, at the Watch Your Opera House, Friday, June 21st at 7 p.m. is the tribute to George Strait. Make sure you check that out. Another great show at the Watch Your Opera House on Friday. Put that on your calendars. Got an open house for the Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office on Thursday, June 27th from 11 to 1 as their office has relocated. So put that on your calendars for next Thursday. And then what else we got going on? Of course, the snack program, Summer Nutritional Assistance for Community Kids snack for kids up to age 18, Monday and Wednesdays, June through August, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Community Outreach Center in Sigourney. So take advantage of that. If you've got some kids that need some lunch on Mondays and Wednesdays through the summertime, send them to the Community Outreach Center in Sigourney for something to eat. All right, I think we got through most everything. I think we did. There I am. Hi, how you doing? Hey, good morning. Let's take a look at the good mornings. Bubby, Nancy, Cindy, Sherry, Dan, Bruce, Cindy, Tamra. Good to see everybody hanging out this morning. I see some Keota faces in the comments this morning. Sherry Westendorf doing burnouts on Saturday. I know. I should put that video up. But we did the Keota Fun Days Parade here on Steve Shuttler Media. I was planning on recording it on Saturday, but we went live and had a great live stream. So Wi-Fi and streaming is so weird. You just never know if it's going to be good, if it's going to be mediocre, or if it's going to be garbage. Saturday was great from downtown Keota. Great stream. Great broadcast. We had Andy McGuire and Aaron McGuire, the husband-wife duo, and they did a fantastic job of commentating And we had a great broadcast from Keota. Perfect weather for it, for the parade. So if you missed that, the funny thing is, we did that on both Steve Shuttler Media, and then I also had the Steve Shuttler Media 2 Facebook page. I put it on both of those pages. Combined, I think our advertisers and sponsors are going to be really happy about this. Combined, we had about 15,000 plays. People hit play on the Keota Parade 15,000 times between my two different Facebook pages. So that's crazy. That's a lot of people watching the Keota Parade. I don't know how many people we actually had in attendance live at the parade. I don't know how many people live in Keota. 1,000 or so? I'm probably wrong on that, but nearly 15,000 people taking time to at least hit play and watch a little bit of the parade on Saturday. So that was a success. We'll definitely have to do that again. Parades are a fun thing to do during the summertime, so we'll be doing that again. Yes. So thanks to everyone. Yeah, it was a great day. Hopefully you guys had a great rest of your day in Keota. I had the sports section Saturday morning. I packed up, came to Keota, did the parade. Then I went home and took a nap. I mean, that first half of Saturday was all work for me, so I needed a little nap. And then I did some yard work on Saturday before it got stupid hot this week. So that was my weekend. And then we had Father's Day yesterday. We are running long today already. On this date in history, which is today is June 17th, according to the calendar. On this date, 1775, the Revolutionary War Battle of Bunker Hill was fought near Boston on this date, 1775. It was on this date, 1856, the very first Republican Party convention was held in Philadelphia. It was on this date in 1885, the Statue of Liberty arrived in New York City. So that's a great thing in our history. It was on this date in 1928, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to embark on a transatlantic flight. And then it was also on this date in 1972 that some burglars were arrested at the Watergate complex, eventually resulting in the whole Watergate fiasco and the resignation of President Nixon. That was on this date. It was today on the National Day calendar. Today is National Mascot Day. I don't have a mascot for Steve Shuttler. I mean, Neil Crott would probably be the closest thing I have to a mascot. Today is also National Cherry Tart Day. It's National Apple Strudel Day. It's National Eat Your Vegetables Day. And it's National Root Beer Day. So, yeah, a lot of great things to celebrate today. And then also keep in mind, coming up later on this week on Thursday, summer officially arrives. Definitely feels like summer today. But officially on Thursday afternoon, summer will officially begin. Before we go any further, let's hear from our sponsor, which is Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center, your one-stop shop for spring. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
If you like red, white, and blue from Tassel Ridge Winery, but prefer sweet white wines, try our Star Spangled White. Star Spangled White is a sweet white wine made entirely from Edelweiss grapes grown right at the winery. It offers aromas of pineapple and hints of mandarin orange, pear, and pineapple on the palate. Chill a bottle of Star Spangled White and sip it while you watch the sunset. While Star Spangled White is an excellent sipping wine, it can also be used as an important ingredient in Star Spangled White cake. Check the QR code for the recipe. Tassel Ridge Star Spangled White wine is available at about 400 retail outlets located all over Iowa. Look for the displays of Tassel Ridge wines where you shop. If the store doesn't offer Star Spangled White, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check out our website at tasselridge.com.
We thank Tassel Ridge Winery for being a supporter of Steve Shuttler Media. And we thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor on the Morning Wake Up on Steve Shuttler Media. By the way, over the weekend, I don't think I talked about this on Friday, but Friday was kind of my 1-year anniversary of not being on the radio anymore. Let's just put it that way. I was given the boot out the door this past Friday 1 year ago. So I've been radio free for a year now. I'd say things have worked out supremely. So again, thanks to all of our sponsors, whether they're commercials that air, whether they're banners in the background like Oski Dental, whether they're Stam's little logo up here or rotating down there, or the ads over here. Obviously I'm selling sponsorships and advertising. Couldn't do it without all my advertisers. Couldn't do it without all you guys watching and liking and commenting and sharing. You guys are making this thing work. So very thankful for everybody in Facebook and YouTube and social media world for hanging out, being part of Steve Shuttler Media. Let's go ahead and do some things you need to know. Oh yeah. We're doing some things you need to know. An artificial intelligence candidate is on the ballot for the United Kingdom's general election next month. I like the name. The name of the candidate is AI Steve. No, I am not artificial intelligence. You would probably argue how intelligent I am anyway, but AI Steve is his name. Again, a candidate. Again, we talked about this last week. There was an AI candidate in like Wyoming or something like. How is that even possible or legal? Who's going to vote for an AI candidate? Stay in the UK. Kate Middleton made her first public appearance in nearly 6 months at the annual Trooping the Colour event in London on Saturday, the King's birthday celebration. Good to see Kate. How about the Kansas City Chiefs? They paid $40,000 for each of these Super Bowl rings for all the players and coaches. $40,000. Those are some big, nice, expensive rings. The Eagles, not the NFL Eagles, but the Eagles rock group, the old fellas. The Eagles have announced a fall residency in Las Vegas at the Sphere. 8 shows over a couple of weeks. The Vibey Hotel and Experience packages, pre-sale packages are on sale now. General tickets starting at $175 will go on sale this Friday. So if you want to go to Vegas to see the Eagles, that's coming up. How about hot dog eating? You get into the summertime, you start thinking about the annual hot dog eating contest that they have. Now, Joey Chestnut, as you probably heard, will not be in this year's Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest because of endorsement deals that he made. However, he will be matched up against his biggest competitor, Takeru Kobayashi. So you got Joey Chestnut versus Kobayashi coming up Labor Day weekend on Netflix. That'll be a Netflix special. They'll do battle against each other live on Netflix September 2nd. So mark that on your calendars if you're into watching guys gorge themselves on hot dogs. It's so gross because they dip it in the water to get the buns, so they throw it down their gullet. If you want to see that, put that on your calendar. Netflix September 2nd. Hulk Hogan, brother. Well, we're going to talk about this later on. Has a new beer out. So we'll just save that later for later. But you know I'm a wrestling fan. In fact, I got a wrestling shirt on this morning. CM Punk. But Hulk Hogan and beer. That's coming up. Chris Brown in concert over the weekend. He was hoisted in the air during his concert in New Jersey last week. Got stuck in the air. Must have been like one of those things where he's kind of attached and they pull him up into the air. He got stuck. The show had to be paused while they got him down using a ladder. How embarrassing would that be? So Chris Brown stuck in the air. You might be seeing a new Wheel of Fortune promo out there, new commercial where Pat Sajak hands off the show to new host Ryan Seacrest as Ryan officially takes over this fall. Is there too much Ryan Seacrest on TV these days? Maybe. How about the dog from Walking Dead? Now, Norman Reedus and other cast members from The Walking Dead are mourning the loss of the dog, who in real life, the dog's name was Seven, the canine actor who played Dog on the hit AMC zombie series, The Walking Dead. Dog became a frequent companion of Norman Reedus' Daryl Dixon in season 9 and quickly grew to be loved by fans and cast members alike. But the dog, passing away here recently. Good news for Jimmy Fallon fans. Jimmy Fallon has re-upped with The Tonight Show. He'll continue hosting through 2028. The latest on Kelsea Ballerini's next album. She's saying that, quote, half of it is in mixing, half of it is in finishing vocals and doing overdubs. She says we're really close to being done, and the first single is right around the corner. So if you're a big fan of Kelsea Ballerini, new music not too far away. One thing that will be coming to an end is Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Taylor says that will officially be coming to an end in December. So you got about, 6 months left of the Eras Tour. And then finally, Jay Leno has created a special trust that would take care of his wife, who is battling dementia, just in case he would pass away before she does. So Jay Leno making sure his wife is taken care of. Let's go ahead and do this. Today's impossible. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Question. All right. Today's impossible question. What is the number one thing that puts us in a better mood? What do you think? What is the number one thing that puts us in a better mood, according to today's impossible question? Good morning to you, Brust by Jude. Glad to have you hanging out with everybody this morning. Appreciate you guys. Today's impossible question, what's the number one thing that puts us in a better mood? It's when we find money. Maybe you're searching through your couch, the cushions, or you're doing laundry and you find a dollar bill or something that has been cleaned and dried. The number one thing that puts us in a better mood is finding money. That's our impossible question. Let's get into the weird.
That is weird.
In some weird today, the young boy in Corpus Christi who crashed his family's truck on Monday. I did not hear about this. But evidently a young boy crashing his family's truck on Monday was actually behind the wheel again on Wednesday this past week. This time, he hit 2 cars in a parking lot. Let's see here. Corpus Christi Police Department able to confirm that it was the same child from Monday's incident. So, Child Protective Services called. No confirmation on what's going on there, but why is this kid driving Monday and Wednesday of last week? Interesting. We talked about this, or teased this just a few minutes ago. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, brother, has launched a new beer brand. It's called Real American Beer. I am a real American. Shirt off. Real American Beer. He has launched it in hopes of bringing people together across a divided nation. Here's a quote from Hulk. "We're much more alike than we are different, dude. I just thought this is so much bigger than politics." He goes on to say, because if you can't communicate and you can't talk, you're not going to get anywhere with your discussions, your decisions, or with people getting along. So Hulk Hogan thinking that beer, his beer in particular, is going to heal a divided nation. Okay. Hulk's always one to blow things out of proportion. And he's doing so again with his Real American Beer. But you'll have to check it out. That's going to be distributed across 17 states this summer. We'll see if Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer will catch on, brother. Other stuff in the weird, a study by Harvard's social science researchers suggests that aliens may have been living on Earth for a while. I think didn't I just have that as my question of the week last week, one day, talking about whether you believed in aliens? The research paper, which has yet to be peer-reviewed, suggests that life forms from other worlds could be living underground on Earth or within the moon, and that UFOs may be evidence of them getting around. Aliens under the Earth? In the moon? I don't know. Let's go to the airport. An airport worker has recently highlighted the potential dangers and inconveniences of tying ribbons to your luggage. While many travelers use ribbons for easy identification, the worker explains that these accessories can easily get caught in the conveyor belts and sorting machinery, leading to delays and possible damage to your luggage. Also, they say ribbons can be pulled off during handling, rendering them ineffective for identification. So, ribbons on your luggage might actually make things worse than easier. And finally, in some weird today, in a remarkable discovery, cue the Jurassic Park music, paleontologists have unearthed an incredibly well-preserved dinosaur mummy in North Dakota. I don't think that they mean that the dinosaur was like wrapped in mummy clothing, but this is a specimen. It's called a nodosaur. It's a nodosaur, an armed dinosaur that roamed the earth about 110 million years ago, if you believe in those timelines. What makes this find so extraordinary is the exceptional state of preservation, which includes intact skin and internal organs. So, I mean, it sounds like they've got an actual dinosaur here that has been preserved pretty darn well. So, maybe that will lead to an actual Jurassic Park, a nodosaur discovered in a mummy-like state in North Dakota. That is very interesting. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder today, let's go to Madison, Wisconsin, as Madison police officers were given an unexpected job following an arrest on Monday afternoon. Officers were called to the 1200 block of East Washington Avenue in Madison, Wisconsin at around 3:40 p.m. after a 44-year-old woman allegedly crashed her vehicle into multiple parked cars. Police said the woman showed signs of impairment. She was taken to a hospital to be medically cleared and then taken to the county jail. She faces a first offense OWI charge. Now, while at the jail, the woman reportedly asked officers to take care of her pet guinea pig because she would be away from the animal for several days. Now, the police department officers were given permission to enter her apartment, to feed the guinea pig, and to find it proper care. So, the drunk woman, although charged with OWI, was at least aware enough to tell the officers to help her guinea pig out. So the guinea pig is the innocent thing in this case. So the officers did that. Ended up being kind of a feel-good story, other than the stupidity of the OWI. Let's do something that will make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something that will make you smile is brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. And do keep in mind, they are moving this summer. You can come see them at their new location mid-July. And that'll be at 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney on the square, right where the former Sigourney Smiles was. So that dentist office location changing hands to Lifetime Dental Solutions. Dr. Stacy Freeze, they're accepting new patients, 641-622-2669. something to make you smile or maybe gasp. This is crazy. 23 sets of twins have graduated. Again, 23 sets of twins have graduated from a Massachusetts middle school, which makes up about 10% of the 8th grade class. 23 sets of twins in one middle school class. Now, another student who is also a twin graduated, but her brother attends a different school. So they could have had 24 sets. Let's see here. They say the principal says it's quite unusual. We typically have anywhere from 5 to 10 sets at most. Given our numbers, we have approximately 450 to 500 children in each grade, so this was extraordinarily high. So again, it's crazy. 23 sets of twins in one middle school class in Massachusetts. So we'll put that story up in its entirety coming up at 7:45 here in just a few minutes on Steve Shetler Media. Let's go to the duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh. Duh.
In the duh, yeah, I am a fan. I'm not going to get political on you here, but I am a fan of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But he did something kind of silly. Communities in Florida were hit with heavy rainfall and intense flooding on the same day that Governor Ron DeSantis cut budgets for multiple water projects. Now, on June 12th, DeSantis signed the state budget after cutting almost $1 billion from the fiscal plan, the Tampa Bay Times reported, including about $205 million in stormwater, wastewater, and sewer projects. But again, this was as they were being hit with heavy rainfall and intense flooding on the exact same day that he signed this into legislation. So let's see, your Democratic State Senator Jason Prizzo, of course, criticized, saying, as I'm sitting here stuck on a Brightline train because of flooding in my district, all those stormwater projects he cut look pretty stupid right now. So, maybe.
Duh. 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 Duh.
And then let's wrap this up with some results from the box office. Did you go to the movies this weekend? If you did, you probably went to see Inside Out 2. I think we have a legitimate summertime hit on our hands, as it debuted, it looks like, with $155 million. I mean, that used to be the norm for like spring and summertime movies, the big blockbusters to debut with over $100 million. This is the first one to do that in a while. Inside Out 2, $155 million for its debut weekend. Big numbers there. Bad Boys at number 2 with $33 million. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes all the way down there at number 3 with $5.2 million. Now, everything else is $5 million or less. That includes the Garfield movie, The Watchers, If, the Mad Max movie, Fall Guys, Strangers, and a re-release of Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. So those are your top 10 money-making movies. Once again, let's take a look at our hot forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate Heat Advisory. I've got a little bit of a fan going on here in my studio. It always gets hot in the studio anyway, but today in particular, heat advisory 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Do keep that in mind. If you don't have to go outside and work or do anything too strenuous, don't. Stay inside in the air conditioning if you can. Sunshine today, breezy and hot, 93. Same for tomorrow. And then not quite as warm on Wednesday with a chance of some rain and highs in the 80s. But again, heat advisory will be in effect throughout today, a high of 93. Let's see here. We do thank once again Stam Garden Center and Nursery, always being our headline sponsor here on the Morning Wake Up on Steve Shetler Media. We thank Oski Dental for bringing us our studios. Coming up later on today here on Steve Shetler Media, at least video-wise, we've got In Remembrance Of. That'll be coming right up here at 8 a.m. More late afternoon, early evening programming includes An Encouraging Word with Kevin Hempel. We'll have Successful Farming at 5:30. Real Talk with Pastor Aaron Fleming and myself at 6:30. And then pro wrestling fans who want to tune in for Card Subject to Change. That's every Monday at 7 p.m. So lots to get to today here on Steve Shetler Media. As always, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all of our sponsors and Stam Garden Center for being our headline sponsor on the Morning Wake Up.